town in London. How are you?
I am vibrant.
Doesn't look like it.
Looks can be deceiving.
Okay.
I'm vibrating all the time.
Now, last time we've been talking, I asked you what was the question you hated from an interviewer. And I'm going to start just with that.
I don't remember my answer. Now my answer is, which question do I hate? I hate when interviewers ask which question I hate.
The question at the time was, how did it all start? And you normally make up stories.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to make up a really cool story.
A really cool story?
Yes.
I never have really cool stories. Bands like to be cool. I like the opposite.
An uncool one, then.
Let's see. What did we do today? We did the training operation pre-op waiting room. We did that one. We did the bathhouse one today. Now I'm going to tell you how Mike and I met at a wig store. You see, because there are a lot of wig stores in Vegas, and there are only a couple killer ones. And if you know your wigs, as most transvestites do, you know that Sergey's is the best way to go, or Serge's. I still don't know how it's pronounced. But we met in the commercial center down in Las Vegas, which is, if you're from Vegas, you know, is where either gangbangers or alcoholics hang out at. So there we were buying wigs from a bunch of Crips and Bloods.
Was Bret Michaels there?
Bret Michaels wears a hat, not a wig. It's time to move on. I don't. Does he wear a wig? I never even thought about it. That's got to be a wig. That's why the bandana's always on.
Yeah.
You know, he's a good-looking guy. He should be allowed to do what he wants.
Yeah, I know.
If he lost his hair, it's not his fault. Hulk Hogan had a different approach. He just went with it. He said, I'm going to keep it long, but I have to skull it going.
Yeah, I just want him to understand that we love him even bald.
Yeah,
You know?
see, people won't love me bald, so I have this beautiful wig from Sergey's. I think it is Serge's. I think it's some Armenian guy. I don't know. But that's so wigs. Wigs are why we rock.
So
it's more of a Kevin Dubrow thing, because he was the wig master. I never noticed it. I didn't realize that he didn't have hair until I really paid attention to all the interviews, and he's got a different wig in each. He's got like a different style wig. It's not that he did his hair different. You could tell that's a totally different head of hair. It's pretty exciting.
Okay, now that we've done the advertising for the wig shop. I know for a band it's hard to describe what you sound like, but if you had to pick a description that has been given by someone else, which one is your favorite?
Ooh, it's a shame I don't have my backpack. I write down, every time a fan tells us their take on us, I always write it down. One, they called us Megadeth Leopard, because we were like Megadeth meets Def Leppard. Someone called us Nickelback meets Trivium, which was a fun comparison. All kinds of shit. What do we sound like? We sound like big harmony guitars. I don't know, a lot of the best parts of 70s and 80s rock with a modern energy, modern aggression, but still being fun, not taking itself, I mean, depth to the music, but not taking itself too seriously.
So your debut album, there's music that is cool to listen to when you're about to fall asleep, music that you listen to when you go partying. What's the best way to listen to Take It Down? I
think you nailed it. I think there's a little something on there for any mood. If you're feeling miserable and downtrodden, or if you just want to rip shit up, there's always something on the record. It's got diversity enough. Of course, someone else might say it's the most shallow shit they've ever heard, so who knows? Are you preparing something yet? Yes, I have a bunch of new material. I have lots of new stuff. I want to see it done, actually.
Any idea when we might be expecting something new in the shops?
Hopefully before the end of the year. I don't know for sure. Nothing's certain in this, or any industry. When
I met you, you were touring with Airborne, and after that you've done Download, you've done Kiss. So you went from Trivium actually all the way to putting Kiss.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different adjectives that we always seem to fall back on. Amazing, fantastic, splendid.
What did you learn from Gene Simmons?
That covers are a bad choice. He told us our cover of The Chain. Well, he didn't hear live. He was like, you guys covered The Chain. You shouldn't do that. So, make it look cheap, like a bar band. And the fact that he expressed any interest was very flattering. And
then you went to Download. What did you think of UK festivals?
Oh, well, it's kind of funny how we hadn't had much background as far as festivals go, but we played Rock 'em Ring and Rock 'em Park, or however they pronounce the middle word, and so we kind of had a foundation to base our experiences from, and the UK they do festivals right. Not that the Germans don't. The German festivals kicked ass, but something about the UK festival, you could tell that they'd been putting it on for some time, you know? It was fun.
Did you get any call for this year? Download Sony's Fair and
calls
festivals?
for anything? No, because I think we're going to be recording our record during festival season, which is a bit of a bummer. But if we don't record it soon, that's the only opportunity at the soonest convenience.
Okay, but let's say that Andy Copping calls you now and says, I really, really want you guys to download. Would you take some time off?
Well, yeah, we'd have to definitely take some time off. When Andy calls, you answer. He's got us playing Soundwave, though. So down in Australia right after this UK run.
Cool. Have you been to Australia before?
No, excited.
Back to Andy Copping. You know he hasn't announced the headliner yet.
Has he not?
Well, no,
taking
it's taking time and time and time. It's announced some big ones, but there's still not a definite headliner. So let's say he calls you and says, please come and play Download. And then he's like, look, I really, really need some advice. I've got a limited budget, but I actually haven't announced the headliner because Sony's Fair got a big 4 and I don't know who I should get in. Advice, what would you like to download if you went there?
He should invest his budget in reanimating the corpse of Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson should headline Download. Zombie Jackson. Because then it'll be Thriller for Rilla. That's what we call it.
He could do a duet with Rob Zombie because Rob Zombie's going to be there.
There we go. And they could do a duet.
Yeah.
I like the Thriller for Rilla. I don't know if anyone's catching. There's no one here to back me on this one. But I'm into that. We can make that happen. Back
to the new stuff that you got ready. Is it going to sound pretty much like the Taking Domino?
Yes and no. Because specifically, as I pointed at you, girl, what you talking about? Get over here. With my foot. You know what I'm talking about? Get over here. Because people go, will it sound pretty much, you missed the foot part, Sammy, you're missing out. But anyway, they go, does it sound pretty much like Taking On? That's the reaction I don't want. I don't want people to go, oh, okay, this is what they sound like, which is good, because at least we have a sound, but I want people to be excited at the same time. So there are going to be new facets to the sound. There are going to be extensions and expansions while still maintaining the core, which is pretty much big solos, big harmonies, vocally and guitar-wise, and catchy songs.
The thin line between having your own sound and sounding all the same.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I love Mastodon, one of my favorite bands, and I think one of the most important bands to come out in a long time. But if you really know their shit, and you listen to the last 3 records, it's really just been an upgraded version of each record. You know, it's like they've honed their sound, and then they wrote the same songs but better, and then they did it again, and they just continued to layer. They didn't really necessarily go branching out, whereas other groups, Opeth's kind of the same way. They kind of do the same record over and over, and it just kind of gets better and better. But they don't necessarily deviate from what is essentially their core sound. But a band like the Chili Peppers will do a bunch of different, you know, you'll be like, oh, I didn't expect this is a little different for them. Or even, God damn, I used to have there's an end to this analogy, and suddenly I've forgotten my closing remark. It's like my closing argument.
It's more natural, it's okay.
It's not too rehearsed. Anyway, so yeah, I want people to care, next, whatever, hi.
Why should we actually buy your records instead of download them illegally?
Oh, because you're a piece of shit if you do. And you can suck the dirt from my toenails. Make sure I run through some nasty shit. I'm going to run through Camden barefoot, and then you can lick my feet clean, you dirty pirates, if you get scurvy. Why? I don't know, because it just seems like a low-life thing to do. I mean, if you steal shit anyway, at least have the balls to steal it from an actual retailer. Go steal a physical copy, you lazy shit. No, I mean, people are going to do what they're going to do. I can't stop them. I can't control them. And nobody else is making any effort to, so if you like it, buy it, please, so I can continue to make music, because people download it, and we don't make any money. I'm not talking about, oh, we don't make millions of dollars. We don't make any fucking money. So sustaining yourself at a job where you're constantly owing, you're just building debt, and you can't continue to work. So, but people are still appreciating the product. Where else does that happen? Nowhere. You don't make a product where somebody walks in and just walks out with it. You know, you invest your time, and so much more than just time. You're the essence of who you are. into your product and people just abscond with it, free of consequence, what are you supposed to do with that? It goes from an industry to what? To hand-me-outs? I don't know. You know? I don't know what to do with that. Piracy is too close to the heart for me to talk about rationally.
Do you think, look, I was just reading not long ago that HMV has put on sale MP3s for like 49p or something ridiculous like that. Do you think that's really close to piracy at the end of the day? What do you get out of that?
That's still something. If you bought a track for 49p or cents or whatever it is over here, you're still paying for it. And if it's cheap, why would you complain about cheap music? Why? Because you can get it for free. But, you know, people don't see it as illegal. And I don't think they'd care, but they're taking it directly out of the mouths of the artists. You're not, believe me, you're not fucking with the labels. You ain't hurting labels. They'll find a way to change the bottom line, and they'll just stop signing those artists, and they'll stop promoting the new artists. They'll go to bands who are already established and find out ways to max their revenue streams, you know, and that's because they're businessmen. So you're not going to take the businessmen now, all the people who are anarchists and who are anti-establishment, and I download for this and this. The only person you hurt is the artist. And the people with the real jobs at the label, not the big wigs. It's all this big facade. Just the way a lot of musicians want to present that there is still this mass money running things and that there's so much being made when there isn't, but they don't want it to look like the industry's hurting. In the same way, there's not big evil labels either. So I don't know what these people are fucking talking about. That's what they say a lot of times. Like, it's the man. Why do you charge so much for CDs? Because you fucking steal them. How about that? That's why. You know? Why are you bitching when there's 50-cent downloads now? We're back to licking dirt off my toes. That's what you mean to me.
You guys were no drugs, no booze, quite, you know, straight compared to the rock and roll industry? Or what it's supposed to be? It's still like that?
Yeah, we don't drink. I mean, I've been driven to drink, but I've managed to rise above.
What's the best drug in the world?
Sex. Sex is disappointing and often boorish. I'm going to say music. I love music. That's my drug, without a doubt. I'm addicted wholeheartedly. All my money goes into it.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't know.
Okay, because saying sex is boring, if you have a girlfriend on screen, she might not really be happy about that.
If I had a girlfriend, sex would definitely not be boring with her.
Okay.
Would it, baby?
Anything else you would like to say?
Yeah, sex isn't boring. I just got all existential for a moment and realized how unimportant it is, even though sometimes it's the most important
You're just
thing.
too tired now to think about it, maybe.
Too tired? No, too over it.
Oh
I
God,
guess,
you are
maybe.
too much.
No.
Okay.
No, it's all bullshit answers. Don't believe. One of my songs says, "Don't believe the print. Every word you read is shit." That's true of everything. People are full of shit.
Good luck for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.